Michigan Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. The Rebels ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They go play action. Bryce Underwood fires to the wideout. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Flips it out in the flat. Makes the grab in their space. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Inside the 40. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him. Put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Creates a little space. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to adjust the pattern. Underwood. Snagged in the middle. It's Marshall. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. You want to create favorable matchups, and the angle route against a backer is a good way to do it.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to run man-to-man, that's hard. That's hard for a linebacker to run with a fast tailback. But if I can play a little bit more zone and stay in my zone and anticipate the quarterback throwing that route, makes it a little bit easier to defend in the future.
He's got it and still on his feet. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know, receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up.
Beck's going for the goal line. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game. So how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Off play action on first down. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Back to pass on second down. Oh, they're after him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Underwood on the play action. Rushes on him. On the run, fires downfield. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I think this quarterback just has to be careful with his decision-making. Yes, he's one of the most talented guys in the country, but early in this game, we're now seeing him throw the ball into double coverage. He's very lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Here's Underwood to throw. Pulls it in. It's Henson. Turning it on. Rams him with the stiff arm. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. The Wolverines have it in scoring position on first and goal. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Motion from the wideout. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Lined up in the gun on third down, Underwood. Touchdown, Michigan! Fit it in the window for the score.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Lacey. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Fires the pass. Intercepted. What a huge call there. They had the turnover. Instead, the roughing the passer call takes it all away. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up those roughing the passer penalties. It's 1st and 10. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Snagged out of the air. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
And the missed connection on third down.
Third and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Running inside, it's Lacey.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the back. They knocked him down right there.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. He makes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job tackling that defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that third down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They were ready They converted once on 4th down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere 4-down territory. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. They'll try it over the left side. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs 1st down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Throwing, Underwood. Makes the catch. It's Marsh. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Play action with Underwood. Quarterback floating away from pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gets it out quickly. Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Again, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Going deep. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield. They couldn't hook up.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
After that false start, the whole approach changes now on 2nd and 10. On the move. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to run for it. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he will go down. Couldn't get rid of it in time, and the defense gets a sack on 4th down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Handoff from the gun. Maybe a crease. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Working that left side now. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Catch in the middle, it's Marsh. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that, you got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Throws toward the end zone. And he makes the catch inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Here's 1st and goal, and a touchdown here might put this thing out of reach by halftime. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Bryce Underwood to the air again. Gets it to him on the screen. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Michigan. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And here's the return. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Cunningham. Completion for the first down, and man, did he take a shot, and I think they're going to tack a little more onto that one. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, Week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start our coverage with Auburn, taking on the number 8 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's the Tigers, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. And it's 3 straight victories for this team as they start to get hot. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. At the 35, he's open. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
On the run, it's Lindsey, and he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Hauls it in. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that fourth down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage. But just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the...
Going to take a shot. He's got it. To the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
And this is why so many teams go play action. They try to freeze guys in the back end, work on their eye discipline, get them to bite a little bit. Nice job on the play fake. Nice job bombs away, putting air underneath it, and making the big touchdown pass.
And he'll bring it back. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Hey, man, I played with Tiki Barber and the Giants, Frank Gore and the 49ers, LaDainian Tomlinson in the Senior Bowl. These guys wanted to catch passes in our offense. Even though they knew sometimes they were the third or fourth read in the progression, they were hoping I was going to throw them a football. And it is so nice as a quarterback to know that you've got running backs like that that want to be involved in the passing game.
And they can't make the play on third down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. So here comes the Michigan offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on third and long. Underwood got his man out of the backfield. Brings into the open. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Hey, kill it. 180, raise car. 180, raise car.
Making side adjustments here. They'll move the tight end. To the air, it's Underwood. Looking to the end zone. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Rebels offense is back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
He's going to throw it from his own end zone. Out of the backfield, he's open.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Lacy. At the 15, he's loose. Lots of running room. He's inside the 40, the 20, past the 10. Touchdown, Ole Miss. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And, man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Play fake, Underwood. Using his legs to buy some time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
So now it's second and long. Here's Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down.
Well, listen, they say they play defense for a reason, right? You had an interception on the last drive defensively. You had a golden opportunity to come away with another one right there, but he puts it on the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. Gonna take a shot. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And that's the first thing that's really gone right this afternoon. You got a big deficit. You haven't hit the quarterback very often. You need to change that around. Good start of the second half here. Make him feel uncomfortable.
From the gun, the ground game. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Throwing, Underwood, right down the middle. Finds his man open. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Wolverines. That's his 3rd score of the game, and he's up to double figures with 10 on the season.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pucks it out of the air.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Handoff to the single running back. There's a crease. The 30, running inside the 20. He is in! Touchdown, Rebels!
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little, too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the 4th quarter.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Tight end now in motion. They go play action. Bryce Underwood makes the grab. It's Marshall.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He can't make the catch, and over the middle of the field, sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's 3rd down.
I like the idea by the quarterback. He wanted to attack the middle of the field. He found his open guy. The receiver's just got to be able to make a play for him.
86, bounce it. Hey, kill it. 949, rock star. 940, icy.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Underwood from the gun on third down. Looking left. Oh, the contested catch. If you're going to be big time, you got to beat defenders one-on-one.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They'll move the wide receiver. Underwood. He's going for it all. He's got it inside the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wolverines. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
I got to be honest, as a guy that used to play for Steve Spurrier, I never have a problem watching offenses continue throwing the ball when they've got a big lead. And that's what we've seen in this one. They're way up on the scoreboard. This coach is still letting this guy chuck the rock. That now his 5th passing touchdown, and I believe you keep throwing it until the defense proves they can stop you.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. He's taking the shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Throws to the tight end. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, then you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
Time to take a shot. Makes the grab deep. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. A little screen to the running back. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Going for the big play. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
The screen, he can go. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Gets the back moving. On 4th down, going to the air. Fires to the big fella. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
The Rebels have this offense rolling. Takes the handoff. It's Lacey. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
He'll run it again. Might have a chance. Inside the and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Rebels.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. And you saw it right there.
He gets a block. Got a little room. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. Oh, there's an alley on the left. And he scores! Touchdown, Michigan!
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet spin. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. The run inside. It's Lacey. Powers through the defender. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting the tackle for loss.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem today.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And it's not a surprise so far in how this game is unfolding. Like, they're going to continue to feature this dude. Like, third downs, get him the football. Shoot, first downs, you're going to get him the football. Had a good start to this football game, and I expect we're going to continue to hear his name over and over in this one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you can tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Rebels go back to work after moving the chains through the air. On the option. He'll pitch it. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Lacey. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until...
Here's a little room there. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Rebels.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And he'll be stopped. The return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Underwood on the play action. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Running behind that left side. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. With the clock running, this should be the final play. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to